tricks to scientists to communicate? I think the first one is to be honest and to be yourself, to be passionate. We care a lot about our subject, and actually we spend a lot of our time talking about it. So I think that the main thing is to try to be as clear as we can and as simple as we can for the people we are talking to. What do they want to know? What are they interested in? To try to think about them more than us. In other words, our messages can be very complicated, but often what people want to know are quite simple things, like, why do you study stones? So the Earth is this kind of double-sided thing. It gives us, so much of what we need comes from the Earth. But then the other thing is it takes away. We have disasters and tragedies. And I think that balancing act is something that geologists are very conscious of. I think very early on in terms of my programming, I realized that the death and destruction that people kind of, I sometimes call it geopornography. You can tell earthquakes and volcanoes and kill people. That is a small interest to people eventually. Geology needs to be more than just planet can kill you. Geology needs to be that an understanding of the planet is absolutely crucial for our future sustainability. And therefore it needs to be broader, it needs to be positive. And I think that all geologists know this, So I think that in some ways earthquakes and volcanoes are tricks that we pull the public in with. But the public are only going to stay with us if we're actually useful. If we do provide something that's useful to them. And I think that's where our ability to look at the environment and look at climate and look at resources, etc., and obviously to confront disasters are the ultimate one. And so, for me, geoscience is the perfect science for television because it's visual, it's exciting, but it's absolutely relevant to people's everyday lives. Why is it important for young people to be a geologist? Well, the first thing is that I failed to convince my children to be geologists, so I'm not the best example. But I think what excites most people I know about geology, myself and when I go into schools, is it's a dynamic subject. Maybe it's volcanoes and earthquakes and spectacular, or maybe it's dinosaurs, or maybe it's amazing places. But we are blessed with the most fantastic narratives. We have a planet that's 4.5 billion years old. We have dramatic changes to where people live. And then it's relevant, it's relevant for disasters and it's relevant for resources, and we know all this. So I think that we need to convey the excitement of what we do. And I think through that excitement, then the second bit is convey the significance. So geoscientists have potentially really valuable information to provide on now most of the most difficult societal issues that are coming. How do we feed people? How do we give them water? How do we provide them with energy? How do we provide them with resources? And how do we keep them safe? Many of those issues are fundamentally geoscience issues. And I think trying to go and reveal the importance of geology to policymakers is probably the most crucial thing that the community itself needs to do.